And nothing else. Call to order, 6:01 p.m. Open Public Meetings Act. According to the Open Public Meeting Act, this meeting of November 12, 2025 was published in the Bergen Record and Herald News on January 8, 2025. It was sent to the Town. The executive session meeting notice was published in the Bergen Record and Herald News on October 19, 2025. In addition, copies of said notice are and have been available to the public and are on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Apici? Here. Committeewoman Artola? Here. Deputy Mayor Miller?
Here.
Committeeman Chawinski will be a little late to the meeting.
I thought I just heard him, but okay.
Oh,
And
stay here.
oh,
Here he is. Here. Okay, he's here.
Mayor Judge Cavallo.
Here. Okay, we have full attendance.
Here.
All right, so we have resolution number 25-278, authorization to enter into executive session, matters relating to litigation, negotiation, attorney-client privilege, matters relating to personnel. May I have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chawinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Cavallo.
Yes. I will say that we should be out around 7 and maybe a little later, so we'll be as close to 7 p.m. as possible. Thank you. All right. May I have a motion to close executive session and reopen work session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chawinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Cavallo.
Yes. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for waiting. I want to know we're running just a few minutes late. So we're going to start off with the National Diabetes Awareness Month. This request came a little bit later, but I do have Mr. Wrigley and his family here, who is the one that donated the flag that will be going up tomorrow. Is it going to go up?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you want to come up? All right, so this proclamation is National Diabetes Awareness Month, November 2025. Whereas National Diabetes Awareness Month is observed annually in November to bring attention to diabetes and its impact on millions of Americans. Whereas diabetes is a chronic health condition that affects the way the body turns through glucose into energy, is one of the leading causes of death and disability in the United States. Whereas education and early detection are key to preventing and managing diabetes, and individuals are encouraged to learn their risk factors, maintain a healthy lifestyle, and seek regular medical care. And whereas during the month and throughout the year, the Township of Russell Park recognizes the importance of supporting individuals and families affected by diabetes, which commends the healthcare professionals, researchers, and organizations dedicated to prevention, education, and treatment. Now, therefore, be resolved that I am the Bruce Jeffrell, Township Committee of the Township of Russell Park, and hereby proclaim November 2025 as National Diabetes Awareness Month in Russell Park, encourage all residents to join in activities and educational programs that promote diabetes prevention and management. Dated this 12th day of November in the year 2025. Thank you very much for donating. Do you want to say something? Thank you very much. Appreciate it, and I'm going to do this. All right. And we'll have this up to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Everybody smile, please. Oh. Please stand.
righty, so let's move forward, and we have discussion. So we have the volunteer handbook. Dean, would you like to start on that?
Sure. As you may recall, Mayor, we've been working on the volunteer handbook for a while. It was actually written by the law firm of Jacoby, Cleary, Alfieri, Jacobs, who happens to be our labor attorney as well. It's provided through our JIF. And based on the minimum liability limits, we were waiting to hear back from our account executive, our JIF, our insurance company, and now that we have that number, we're ready to proceed and issue it to all of our volunteers. And again, it's treating volunteers so they understand the importance, and we realize the importance of people volunteering, but making sure that everybody operates within the confines of the law and they're treated fairly.
Very good. Any questions?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Anyone?
So, I think we have to decide, because we have decided it will be $1 million, $2 million aggregate, do we want to lower that?
So, the question was $1 million and $2 million aggregate. So we did speak to Jeff about this, I understand, and what was the recommendation?
Yeah, the minimum liability limits of $25,000, $50,000, $25,000, which represents the New Jersey statutory minimum automobile limits. And I think that makes sense, again, because these are volunteers, but to ask them to get more insurance would not make sense, right?
So how much are we looking?
Those numbers are 25, 50, and 25. Those are the three numbers.
So that's the total.
Yes.
All right, so 100,000, right? 25, 50,
You look at 100,000, yes.
right? So that would be what we would look for. We don't need the 2 million and 1 million.
Correct.
So is everybody okay with that being changed?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So we can do a resolution on that.
As far, I believe, John,
John?
we did, a motion and second to amend the liability limits, just the liability limits.
Yes.
Okay. So may I have a motion to amend the liability limits?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Carvalho?
Yes.
Thank you. So the volunteer handbook will be amended to reflect the new limits of liability and will be distributed to all of the volunteers.
Okay, very good. Great. So the next discussion, intro ordinance amendment of Chapter 180 entitled Vehicles and Traffic, Electric Powered Modules Transportation. So, Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. So you may recall about a year ago, I had asked the Township to review an ordinance that was put in effect in the borough of Saddlebrook, or the Township of Saddlebrook, regarding this. And here we are now finally looking at it. But unfortunately, the state of New Jersey has no comprehensive order, nor is there any federal legislation that, might require registration, insurance, and other mechanisms to help us enforce the use of these types of bikes. Recently, I'm privy to a video of a few accidents, a couple in Oakland, some in Montvale, involving people operating in a reckless manner on these e-bikes. And while this is not targeting e-bike use, it's to the contrary. It's actually protecting those who use micromobility, and requiring them simply to follow the motor vehicle laws. The only limitation within this ordinance, Mayor, basically is for those under the age of 16 not to be able to use these. It's like giving them a motorcycle without having a permit or a driver's license. And there's some of these devices that go beyond 29 miles per hour, some of them now reaching 50, 60 miles per hour. So it's become a safety issue, and it's our concern in the police department. Unfortunately, I can't give you stats because the current, again, the state being behind, the New Jersey Traffic Reporting Report, the NJTR1, does not even have a spot for these types of vehicles. So officers have to either list it as a motor vehicle, as a bicycle, or as a pedestrian. So again, we don't even know the amount of crashes that involve these statewide or here, in Bergen County, Rochelle Park, but I can tell you there have been many incidents. We oftentimes see people riding these motorized scooters, traveling close to 20 miles per hour, while carrying a grocery bag. And obviously it's unsafe for them and for the motorists. And again, we're just trying to keep everybody safe. And until such time as there's state guidance, I know Mr. Scatino's office was fantastic with us. Lieutenant Kukowski pulled information off a recently sent email from the Rutgers Safe Streets program. They sent out something, and we've incorporated that language into the definitions to try to help us, again, get the word out about the safety and the safe operation of this. So we understand it's a holistic approach. It's not just enforcement. It's going to be through continued education. We've used Easy Ride before. We'll continue to use them to educate our parents and as well as our juveniles as to operation and operating safe. And we do ask our motorists, please, there is a 4-foot limit you have now when you see a bicyclist or an electric bike operating on the roadway. Give them that 4 foot of space.
Any questions on this?
Yeah, perhaps we could do some social media to educate families about this. These could be popular gifts during the holiday season as well.
Yeah, and you're right, and that's part of the problem. Parents don't actually know, right? Sometimes you're going online, you're thinking, hey, I'm just going to get in. And to your point, I was recently asked by an 11-year-old, hey, maybe I can get this for Christmas. And, because they can be dangerous. And but yeah, we absolutely will, Deputy Mayor. In the police department, we've prided ourselves on getting out social media campaigns, having our bike rodeo. And like I said, we will definitely consult as well with Easy Ride, New Jersey, and, get whatever materials they have and share it and ask their school to do the same. We'll share with the school district.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, just today, I was driving on Farview Ave in Paramus in the traffic, and 2 motorized scooters came up on the yellow lines, driving past. It scared me half to death, and there were kids on there. So there was no way to move out of their way. I didn't even see them until they passed by. So it's getting more dangerous.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it that bad yet.
And this ordinance would require them to follow the motor vehicle laws, which would make that action illegal. So
Yeah.
again, it's not targeting them, it's targeting the unsafe use of these types of devices.
Yeah, but my question, I have a question with that, which is a great point. So you're saying that these are scooters that are doing it. Does that apply to also, like, motorcycles that I've seen doing it too?
So of course, the motorcycles would have to apply or adhere to the motor vehicle laws, Title 39 it's called, of the state of New Jersey. Right now, there's nothing
There's
forcing
nothing
these,
for this,
correct.
for the scooters?
Nothing statewide. So this would help us on a local level enforce it. Numerous towns, Secaucus, Saddlebrook, many others have enacted, most recently enacted an ordinance for the same reasons, to try to make the roadways safer for everybody.
Okay, is anybody else? Yeah, I know Mr. Scatino drafted something with the ordinance on it. Is anybody in favor of motioning to introduce that ordinance at this time?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, may I have a roll call?
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Ortola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. Well, thank you, Mr. Scatino, for getting that to us, and we're going to have to put it under introduction on this one. So we're going to do the introduction, ordinance number 154, right? 1254?
Yes.
So on the agenda, if you could put that under the ordinance introduction, number 1254,
Dash 20.
-25, and we're listing it as, what, motor scooters? What are we listing it as?
The title will be Amendment of Chapter 180 entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
So we do that amendment on that. And traffic. Okay. Great, thank you. Any other discussion for this? Anybody else have anything this time? Any correspondence?
Not at this time.
The election, that's an input, right? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have the adoption of the public session of October 22nd, 2025, and executive session October 22nd, 2025. May I have a motion to adopt these minutes?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so Mr. Miller wasn't here, so he has to, and Mr. PJ wasn't here either, so they'll have to abstain.
Yeah, I'm going to abstain.
Okay, so there's 3. All right, may I have a roll call, please?
Committeewoman Apici?
I have to abstain.
Committeewoman Ortola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Abstain.
Committeeman Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. Okay, motion passes. All right, so we have next the approval of the agenda. So we're adding on to the agenda 25-297, which will be, the 296 is over here, so we have the 297. And that's the walk-on resolution here. And this would be was the appointment of a temporary fire prevention secretary. Would you like to read this, Ms. Kim?
The title is Appointment of Temporary Fire Prevention Secretary, M. Jonikin. Whereas the township is presently in need of a temporary fire prevention secretary, and whereas the township seeks to appoint Michaela Jonikin as temporary fire prevention secretary effective November 17, 2025, at an hourly rate of $15, and now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and township committee of the township of Rochelle Park be and hereby approve of the appointment of Michaela Jonikin as temporary fire prevention secretary effective November 17th at an hourly rate of $15, and be it further resolved that the township clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to forward a copy of this resolution to Michaela Jonikin and place a copy of same in a personnel file upon its passage.
Okay, very good. So that'll be added in. Everybody has that listed onto that agenda. Perfect. All right. So may I have a motion to, and we also have added the ordinance. Everybody have that one too, right? All right. So may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Shalinski?
Yes.
Mayor George Carvello?
Yes. Great, thank you. All right, so we'll get into our reports. Dean, Administrator?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll start with Howard Avenue. You'll see, obviously, there's a couple of resolutions on tonight's consent agenda. One is for the payment of Howard Avenue improvements between Patton Court and Harvey Ave. There's also a change order on there. This committee may recall that we made the decision to, while milling and paving all of Howard Avenue, it made no sense not to mill and pave Patton Court, so we did that as part of this project, as well as updated any curbs and some additional driveway aprons that needed to be done, as well as the 23 trees that were now planted on that section of Howard were actually just placeholders in the original plans. Once our Shade Tree Commission and Dave Brown came to what types of trees they went, there was a slight increase, but again, all within the 15% allowable and all well under, within the bid. So that's what that is. Howard Avenue between James and Patton, the 90-plus trees have been planted. If anybody's been down that way, unfortunately it's the fall and the leaves fall off, but I'm sure it'll look great in the spring. And I have good news, Mayor. The rapid rectangular flashing beacon system parts have finally arrived. Boswell, the vendor, and the DPW were actually on site today, preparing to get the installation done ASAP. As soon as I have a date and time, I'll report back to this committee and let you know. For those that have been down to Carlock Field recently, may have noticed the top of the spray misters are missing. That's a good thing. The manufacturer picked them up, took them back to their factory for some retrofitting. Hopefully, it'll fix the ongoing issues that we had with them. They still have yet to be paid for that, and/or the gazebo for that matter. But it is a good sign. They were very finally responsive. Came up from Florida, picked them up, and took them back. So I hope once we get them back, they will be operational. The past week, we completed a grant for the Complete Streets Technical Assistance Grant. Thank you, everyone, for the quick turnaround and letters of support. That includes our Environmental Commission, our committee members seated up here, as well as others in the community. Hopefully that happens. Excuse me. Once I get a result, I will again inform this committee of that. We did receive a grant award of $138,790. That's a CDBG grant for the year 2025-26. We'll use that for Hoffman Avenue. That's the roadway we had put in for. Obviously, the job would have to be bonded for. We'll worry about that next year. The estimated cost of that job is about $540,000. Finally, work has begun on 126 Howard Avenue and 16 El Dorado Court. Those were two of the last remaining homes that remained in our FEMA grant for the elevation project, but they have finally received their permits and work is underway. We already covered the fire prevention secretary, but that's a result of one of our current employees going to be out on sick leave, and rather than have that position not filled, Michaela offered to help, and we will hopefully pass that resolution tonight, allowing for that continuation of work being done in fire prevention. Mayor, you may recall, I guess it was last week, you had arranged for a meeting with the Senator Cory Booker's staff. That meeting did take place, and I'm happy to report as a result of the meeting, and a result of the prompting of this committee and our mayor, Mr. Booker's staff was able to locate that there's about $500,000 to continue an Army Corps of Engineers study. Boswell, actually engineering, who participated in the call, was able to find this fact sheet regarding the lower Saddle River Flood Risk Management Project. And I've reached out to both the Army Corps of Engineer, the actual gentleman cited on here, Ms. Rafat Salim, and I've asked her for some updates. I have yet to get an email response, but I'll continue to follow up. But again, knowing that there's about $500,000 to update the study that was last done a long time ago, at least it's progress, Mayor. So thank you for facilitating that meeting.
Well, the meeting also was attended by Mr. Chwinsky, our engineer. I'm trying to think who else. Ms. Kim?
Donatello.
And Mr. Donatello, I think, he was there too. And they had about another six people of theirs, which we didn't know about this 500,000. I think this is to look at the completion of it. That they would be looking, we have to also worry about the construction that's going on in towns that are neighboring us. And that's a big concern too, with the Saddle River, Scrapbrook area too. So we'll keep on top of it. I guess, Dean, you'll follow up. I think there was a Mr. Thompson also that was.
Matthew, right?
Matthew
Thompson,
right?
yeah.
That was also talking about it, and we'll see. Matt?
Yeah, they also did say, unless I heard incorrectly, that there was a priority for the Saddle River. That's hot on their list right now.
Yeah, so.
We will continue to follow up.
We'll see what happens, but it was a nice surprise. I can
Yes,
tell
it
you
was.
that. It was a very big surprise.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Can I ask a quick question about the spray misters?
Yeah.
Dean, how do we prevent more issues from coming about with those spray misters? Did the contractor offer any advice or
Yeah, so-
reassure us that, that was a one-time issue?
It has actually, not the contractor who did the installation, but the manufacturer, they're admitting that there was a design flaw. They're taking it back to make the retrofit. And, again, they haven't been paid for it. If it comes back and they don't work, I'm never paying them, Tommy. It would be that simple. But, it was the first time we used this specific vendor for this type of product because we've never done these in town. But there are other vendors, and if that's the case where, I'm not satisfied or this committee's not satisfied when they do come back, we could look for other options.
Great.
Also, I don't know if you said anything about Matthews Field starting to be.
I did not. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, for reminding. So Matthews Field, as you may recall, through an open space grant, we've you've approved a project. That work was awarded. The bid came in very competitively to our advantage. Balatano Construction is the vendor. They've begun to mobilize their equipment, and they have started the work, and that will include the batting cage, refencing the whole center field, refencing some of the town's fencing along the side by Midland Street, providing a warning track on the outfield so we don't have to worry about the grass continuously washing away, and several other upgrades to the planters along the third baseline where we've seen a lot of soil erosion, new swing set, and updating of the playground surface.
I didn't hear, maybe I didn't hear the first part. Was there something with the ballards, so at the end of the road?
Yes, Mayor, you had asked when we walked that the first time around during the design plans to put some more safety ballards because we did have a intoxicated driver at one time drive right into the property there, so there'll be more of the concrete protective ballards put up to keep vehicles from doing so.
And how's the roof going?
The roof, so yes, here in the municipal building, I will tell you this. Thank you again, Mayor, for reminding me. Good news. Since the work has started, we've had some severe rainfalls, we've had some constant and steady rainfalls, and we've had no leaks within the building. There was only one time, and it was when they only prepped the lower roof. As soon as we called the contractor, they came out and fixed their prepping, and even prior to applying the acrylic, is it acrylic? Silicone, prior to applying the top layer of silicone, we had no leaks. Now that they've applied about 80% of the silicone, we still have no leaks. I'm happy to report. So I've authorized Dave Brown at this point and he has taken account of all the damaged ceiling tiles throughout this first floor. We've actually placed the order today, so he'll have them once the roofing project is listed as complete. He'll be able to replace all of the soiled and damaged and missing ceiling tiles around.
Okay, and I want to give 100% credit to Mr. Chwinsky on this. If it wasn't for him looking into it, how much was savings on it?
Oh, close to $500,000, Mayor.
Almost $500,000. Now, there was something with the chimney that was going to be a more cost, and I believe Mr. Chwinsky came in with something that saved on that. So if you're looking at to save on that too, correct?
Correct.
I can make a comment on
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
So I have in front of me an estimate in materials for the chimney, which is about $440, which will give us the same 30-year guarantee that will not leak through the chimney, which was going to be a, what, $17,000 line item?
Got down to 14.
14,000. We still have some labor involved with this. There was a couple of days for maybe 2 of the DPW workers, which agreed to be able to handle what was left to be done. So I think it was a win-win all the way across the board on it. We'll be done with this roof and this building for quite a long time, hopefully my lifetime.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Truinsky. This is wonderful work. And that's a big savings too with the chimney. So let's do committee reports. Ms. Pietro, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Thank you.
For the building department, 29 permits issued, total value of construction, $1,099,077. Total fees for permits collected, $26,668. Permit fees waived, $4,400. Zoning permits, $2,125. 32 zoning permits, 24 zoning applications, 3 zoning violations, $100 in lead inspection fees, 81 complaints, 43 inspections. Total fees for the month, $30,243. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Miller?
Sure. Good evening, everybody. The Rochelle Park Volunteer Fire Department responded to 38 calls during the month of October. I know we just changed our clocks back, but please remember to also change the batteries in your smoke alarms as well. The Shade Tree Commission is working on purchasing and placing new planters in front of businesses in town. They're also taking suggestions for 2026 plantings. DPW also has planted 21 of the 27 trees requested by residents. Thank you, DPW. The Rochelle Park Library is partnering with Access for All to host holiday trivia and karaoke on Thursday, December 11th at 6 p.m. in the Senior Center. Please note the library will be closed on Thanksgiving Day and on Friday, November 28th. A big congratulations to Mr. Sean Smith on winning the 2025 election for Rochelle Park Township Committee. Thank you, Mr. Mark Wrigley, for running. I look forward to seeing Sean sworn in January and joining us on the dais. We recently observed Veterans Day. I want to thank all who have served our country along with their families. We also celebrated the 250th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. Happy birthday to all Marines past and present. And lastly, happy Thanksgiving, Rochelle Park. I hope this holiday brings you meaningful time with family, friends, and our incredible community. And that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Very nice. Ms. Vartola?
Okay, for the court report, traffic was 385, criminal 24, with a total of $15,279.83. Thank you to all our court colleagues and our police for the hard work this month. I attended the Veterans Day ceremony last night at the American Legion. I'd like to say to all our veterans, no matter if your time of service was short or long, during war or peacetime, whether it cost you much in time, money, health of body, mind, or cost you little, your service is valuable. Not all veterans sacrifice their lives, but all veterans sacrifice of themselves in one way or another, and for that we honor you. Although the election is not officially certified, congratulations to Mr. Smith on his election win, and thank you to Mark Wrigley for running. We wish Sean the best as he prepares to serve Rochelle Park and being sworn in January. Okay, that's all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Twinsky?
I don't have too much to report on the buildings and grounds, other than now that this roof is pretty much a wrap. I plan on setting some sights and focus, and I told Dave Brown and I told Dean that I would spend some time down at Matthews Field by that field house to come up with some resolutions for a bunch of issues that were pointed out that have gone on way too long that need to be resolved, including windows, maybe a little central heating system down there, heating air conditioning system, flooring. There's a bunch of it, and the squirrels for the roof getting in through the soffit, which should have been wrapped whenever the roof was done, but that was prior to me. I am going to set my sights down there. I was just, like I told people, I was embarrassed when I went in there for the opening day when I had the opportunity to go in there for the kids, and that's going to get rectified. I also want to thank the veterans and anybody that has served and anybody that volunteers and serves their time in the armed forces. I have a lot of good in my past from family members in the armed service, and I appreciate everything that you've done for us that sit back here. So thank you very much for everything that you've done. The last thing I want to say on the driving down, I haven't had a chance to, other than today because I was working down in that area, but driving down Howard Ave and driving down and seeing all the trees for the first time and noticing them was a pleasant sight, and I look forward to seeing them a bit bigger as they grow. So thank you, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.
Very good. Thank you. All right, so I just have a couple of things here, and then I'll get to council and to Gina. Let me see. So under the police report, there were 1,339 calls for service. There was 238 motor vehicle stops, 8 arrests, 9 criminal charges, and 472 summonses issued in the month of October. The officers attended the Ragamuffin Parade at Carlock Field. They had the Bagels and Blue event. They also were keeping the town very safe for the trick-or-treaters on Halloween. And they are collecting the food in the need at the police station in, I believe it's the front hallway, right, that they're having the...
Correct, ma'am, the front lobby.
In the front lobby?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're still doing that?
We are.
And we had about 4 or 5...
We had about 4 pickup truck loads, filled up already.
That's quite a few, and thank you to everybody who has donated so far. So we're looking, also the officers attended the Recreation Ragamuffin Parade at Carlock Field. I did say this before, I'm sorry. And the administrative side, they're having to make sure that the staff is there to give the highest services to the residents, and mandatory training that's been going on by a lot of the police officers. We have quite a few that have to go out for this mandatory training, and even Officer Shakin continues to attend the New Jersey Chiefs Association West Point Command and Leadership Academy. So we're looking forward to hearing about that. Seniors have a meeting tomorrow, November 13th at 1 p.m. They will be having the Bright and Beautiful Therapy Dogs. Also, their holiday party is December 4th at Seasons from 11, I believe it's 11 till 3. We have recreation, had the Ragamuffin. We had a wonderful time. I did see quite a few. I know that a few of us were there. They had wonderful costumes, and they were so adorable, some of these children. The traffic was very, very much controlled by the police department, and the fire truck was in the lead. They had the Halloween house decorating contest, and I believe it's 185 West Oldest that won first place. Congratulations to the winner. Now, this Saturday is the Turkey Trot. It's a 5K run or walk. Registration's at 8 a.m. I believe it starts at 9 and goes through the county park. And you can register on site at 8 a.m. I believe the registration is $25. Correct, Cal? And looking forward to that. That'll go through the county park. And there's additional parking at the Knights of Columbus if needed. Veterans Day, a few of us did attend the Veterans Day service, and I have quite a few people, as well as a lot of us here have members of our family who are veterans. I do have my son-in-law is in Gaza right now, and hopefully he'll be home next Friday. And, let's give our thoughts and prayers to all that have served. My father was in the Navy. I keep going on. But what they do for us, keep us safe. We can never say thank you enough for that. And I want to wish everybody a happy and blessed Thanksgiving going forward. And I wish everybody the best for the holidays coming up. Now, Council, do you have?
No, not really. From my report last month, the litigation involving Tulpa remains in its present status. There is nothing new to report on those matters.
Thank you. Mrs. Kim?
Thank you, Mayor. I see election took place on 11/4, and I just wanted to extend my sincere gratitude to our police department and the DPW for helping to set up, as well as the poll workers and our beloved deputy clerk for working the very long hours to
Yes.
ensure that the election all ran smoothly. And as Committeewoman Archuleta had stated, the election will be certified as official on November 19th.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All righty. Any new business? Anybody have any-
Mayor, I do.
Yes, sir.
I know our OEM coordinator wants to just briefly touch upon Register Ready, New Jersey, if that's possible, if I could, Mr. Donatello. Pete, you want to talk a little quickly about Register Ready? Register.
Sure. What I'm going to do is just hand the committee to my secretary, Michaela. If you could just give the folks on the committee a flyer. The Register Ready program, as you know, we were quite helpful for us to get in a secure email and Gina for designing the flyers for us. Since September, the Rochelle Park Office of Emergency Management is now part of the New Jersey Register Ready. It's a free-source and voluntary program that helps emergency managers identify and assist residents with access and functional needs. It's a statewide registry, which means that if you know of anyone in the state, a family member, a friend, or anyone that you know that may have an access or functional need, you can go onto the portal, you can sign them up, and they will automatically be directed to the emergency management agency in their particular jurisdiction. So if it's Rochelle Park, obviously, I'll get it. Any other place in the state, that emergency management coordinator will have access to that information. It's particularly helpful at times of evacuation. We'll be able to pull up the street. We'll have an idea of how many folks have been evacuated that have access or some kind of disability or functional need, and then we'll be able to properly assist them with evacuations and or sheltering. This, as you know, now replaces the Rochelle Park Fire Department Special Needs List, which they send out on their annual solicitation. We're in the process of vetting the 107 names that are on that list, and we're working to get that transferred into the portal. So, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. You kind of got the Reader's Digest version of it. There's about 25 or 30 copies that are left up on the table up here by where the agenda is. And we're actively engaged in getting people signed up. So if you know of anyone, whether in town or out of town, you want to sign them up, the information's on the brochure. We encourage you to take the brochure, and contact information is on there. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. And we can either assist you in registering, assist a family member in registering, or answer any questions that you have. Okay?
So I see that it says emergency management community includes the public health officers, first responders. Does this include access for all?
No.
Okay, does this include the police department, yeah?
They'll have access.
Okay.
Through OEM. Okay, at a time of emergency, we'll share that information with them. That's the way it's set up.
Okay, so then it's the fire department or through OEM?
Through OEM. No, nothing to do with.
Nothing with the fire, okay, got it. It used to be.
Excuse me?
It used to be.
That is correct.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
no, that's pulled away from them. We have, assumed those responsibilities, okay, for that program.
Okay, great, thank you. Anyone have any questions?
Just about outreach, how can we get this out so that residents know about it and know to register? I know that at the last Access for All meeting, we talked about pushing into senior meetings and working alongside Access for All to get folks to sign up.
Good question. I'll be at the senior meeting tomorrow. Okay, they allotted me sometime, I think near the end of the meeting, so I'll have brochures and I'll make that presentation to them. I would think anything on our website. I know now that we've updated the OEM portion, excuse me, the Township website, there is an access link to Register Ready there. And whatever you could do, share it on your own social media sites. I could send you an email, electronic version of the brochure if you want to get that out somehow, or whatever you can do to encourage folks to participate. And again, stress the fact that it's not just Rochelle Park, it's anywhere in the state. Okay, we would only get access to, obviously, Rochelle Park, but, you know, family, friends, neighbors, or someone you know that live out of Rochelle Park in the state. So, you know, it'll help them as well. Excuse me, so whatever you could do And again, I don't know if it's on the town, I believe it's on the town's website.
It is.
It was put up,
And as of tonight, it was shared on the PD website at about 5:45.
so it's on the town and the PD?
Correct.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think it's a signboard.
Yes, signboard. It's not on social media yet, right, Dean?
Gina, have we posted this yet? No, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
So I wanted Pete to do his presentation, and then we'll go from there. We'll definitely get it out there.
The billboard on the and again, it's only if there's only in order to participate and get in the program.
Yeah. Great.
Anything else?
Anyone else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for helping getting the word out. And again, Dean, thanks for helping with the secure email, Gina, to help designing the brochure. And, let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Okay, so now we should go on, and we have the public participation. Council?
Yes, will everyone, please be, reminded that, please state your name. You don't have to say your street address, just the town in which you reside. There's a 3-minute limit, which, for tonight's meeting, because the agenda is rather lengthy, will be strictly enforced. Any comments or questions that are asked will not be responded to until after all the members of the public have had an opportunity to address the governing body. After that portion is done and the meeting is closed to the public, then to the extent that we can answer the questions or your comments require a reply from the administrator or members of the committee or myself, at that time we will respond.
Okay.
Oh, and you only can get up one time.
Okay. May I have a motion to open the public, please?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
And I have a roll call, please.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Sure, yes. Okay, anybody that'd like to come up and speak?
I'm going to vote fast because I only have 3 minutes, which is ridiculous.
That's the statute.
It's in the statute.
Yeah, the governing body can set the
It's
time.
mandatory? It's mandatory in the statute?
No,
No, that's what I'm saying, it's an option, so
recommended.
it's a ridiculous option.
Well, it's used by many municipalities.
That doesn't count for my time, because I wasn't speaking here. I'd like to, through the mayor, ask Ms. Peachy, are you resigning from your position?
Excuse me, you have to address all questions to the chair, and again,
I
we're
just
not
said that.
we're not responding to any questions until the public portion.
Okay, well, I want to know if Ms. Peachy resigns. She obviously is running for another position this past election. And I guess she doesn't have any more interest in the township committee. And also, her committee, for her campaign committee, says Peachy for RP. I noticed that on her signs. And I want to know if that was her committee for this township committee, was that a new committee formed for the Board of Ed race? Because there might be a campaign finance violation.
I didn't get the first part, Joe. What did you say? Is it on the signs, what?
Her signs are paid for by Peachy for RP.
Okay.
And you have to specify which office you're running for.
Okay.
So I want to know if those campaign funds are for the township committee or for the Board of Ed. I just want, Committeeman Miller, this is for you. What's going on with the 8-foot weeds on the house on Central Avenue and the tents that you said would be down over at the Ramada in November? On November 1st, there were 30 to 40 people all over the street of Susquehanna Avenue for over an hour and a half. I called the police department after an hour, and they told me that the police were there. There were no police there. Then they told me that the people were at a Halloween party, which I don't think was on the street, but that's where everybody was.
These people were in the street?
All over the street, in the road, on the sidewalks, on the street corners, making noise, cars driving up and down. I was told by the police dispatcher that they were waiting for Ubers, which is baloney because they all had cars. 3 were parked in front of my house. So I want to know what's going on with that. I was also told by the administrator that there's a new noise ordinance. And I'm not sure exactly what that was. But there is a person who plays the drums 2 blocks away from me, every night for 2 hours. And you could hear it. It's on Lincoln, and you could hear it on Susquehanna and East Forest. I don't know how, no, the neighbors are complaining about it. This guy plays the drums.
Drums, you're saying?
Drums. I don't know what, he doesn't play a song. He's just pounding on the drums for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours sometimes. And it's very annoying. That's it. I hope the questions are answered. And I didn't go over the 3 minutes.
No?
Yep.
We still got 25 seconds.
You have 25 seconds, sir. Anything else? No? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll answer at the end when I think the attorney said everything. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else, please? No, you will. No, we will.
Yeah,
We will
hurry
definitely.
up. Make sure you write these down. I want to know, the whole township committee, did you leave Jenna Peachy out of communications in the beginning of this year? The second thing I want to do is say that committee woman of Peachy, you wrote this online and it got sent to me. When I first joined the township council, I was genuinely excited to work alongside a new Democratic majority. When you first joined the township committee, it was a Republican majority. But I want to let you know, if they kept you out of negotiations, it's exactly what you, or any kind of discussion, it's exactly what you did to me. So, karma, baby. Yeah, shake your head. Here's another thing. You went to go run for assembly. You went to go run for the school board. It's evident you don't want to be here. So do yourself a favor, resign in December, and Gail could take you 1 year shot. Everything you wrote in that post is you. You are a phony. Second thing, the resolution to put the pump station out to bid, we've got another Northwest Financial. It went out without the resolution. So, I have it right here from the Dodge report. It's out. Now, tonight, you're going to pass the resolution? Why? Why? Why was the hurry for it to go out? That's what I want to know. Why? And another thing I want to know, whose bright idea was it to have a groundbreaking when the contract's not even awarded? Okay? Whose bright idea? And since when is closed session, I just picked up on it, why is closed session known as executive session? That is a Board of Ed term. It's been known for closed session in this town for forever. I looked back on agendas and minutes. So how did it go to executive session? Was there a resolution for that? Don't answer. That's okay.
No.
But it's evident it was you, Mayor. Second thing, you have a resolution 25291, Stapleton, retirement. Does anybody know that Lieutenant Stapleton assaulted somebody in his town? I have the police report here. What's being done about that? What's being done? And you know why the retirement is February 1st? So he can get his 5 weeks vacation, so he can get all his perks. He should be made to retire now, because it's, again, another employee getting away with murder. It's got to stop.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have questions or concerns from the public?
Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle Ballack. We are here with 2 other 8th grade moms. We just wanted to say thank you. Jen and Peachy gave us the idea to have Houghton Hall sweatshirts for, we had used Houghton Hall to have an 8th grade social, and all the 8th graders received hoodies from there. So it was a really nice, beautiful event. So we just wanted to say thank you very, very much for allowing us to use it. I just wanted to say that it was a beautiful event, and Houghton Hall is a very, very nicely updated, beautiful place. all of us were very shocked how much it's been updated and well kept.
Did you all get, you're talking about those sweatshirts?
Yeah, they didn't care. There's.
I see it on you. Yes, that's what I'm asking.
A vendor was able to donate these, and then we hot pressed them ourselves.
And the kids had a great time
Oh,
over
wonderful,
there.
wonderful.
We don't get to use that often, and they were surprised at, how much there was for them. They're eighth graders, and
Yeah.
they had a great time.
The game table and
It was
everything.
great.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I just have one other thing. It's just a little discouraging to see how town people, add salt to the table when there's no need, and people are picking on a certain person, but there's another person on your board that left the Board of Ed to come here. So you want to pick and choose. It's just not fair, and it's not a pretty town to live in when we have this being recorded on YouTube. So it's not a nice look, but that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Anyone else at this time? Okay. Okay, oh, I'm sorry.
Diane
Hi,
Verhessel,
Diane.
Marshall Park. This is just something, I guess, to Jean or whoever. When you do whatever with the bicycle and the motorcycle people, I know you can't officially do it, but if we're going to do a information thing, people have to be told, and this is adults and kids, you do not ride your bike at night, a black bicycle, and you're dressed in black. Between my house and here, there were 3 people coming up Chestnut, totally in black, no lights on their bicycles. And I mean, thankfully nothing happened, but I see this all the time at night. I don't know if they just don't think about it, but when you do an information thing, if you could add that in there, I don't care if they put headlights on or lights on their bikes, or even when they're walking, there's people that walk at night, and they walk in the street, they're all in black, and it's just, I don't want to wait till somebody gets hurt. I just think it's an accident waiting to happen, so if we could add that to whatever information goes out, it'd be great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? All right, may I have a motion to close the public?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Alfici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes. All right, so I know Mr. Miller wanted to answer some of this. You can go.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Scarpa reached out to me a little while back about some of the concerns that he just mentioned. The tents at Asadero. There is an empty sign on the corner of Central and Rochelle Avenue from a business, as well as a specific property on Central. And I forward those concerns to Mr. Pinto. And I know we got some responses on some of it from our building department. If you would just touch on those, that'd be great.
Sure. So the reference to Central Avenue property with the 8-foot tall plants, unfortunately, if you read our ordinance, they fall under, plants and not weeds, and that's what they are. They're flowers of some type. In reference to El Asadero, I have an email right here where the construction official advised the ownership that all tents and utilities were removed by December 7th. And prior to reconstruction, any outdoor seating or tents, he would need to obtain all prior approvals under the ordinance this committee passed. And if he fails to do so, there'll be a daily penalty of $1,000 per day. As far as the sign on Central Avenue goes, again, it was forwarded to the zoning officer and code enforcement officer to look into. I'm not aware of any specific ordinance, but I asked them to look into make sure if there's something that can be put, and they were going to have a conversation with the business owner. I know where I live, there actually is one on the very similar corner of a shopping center, and it sits out, without signage, and it does look off, and it's annoying as well. So we'll continue to follow up. But the El Asadero is the big one, and that's a December 7th deadline.
Mayor, I can answer the question as to the noise ordinance. Yes, the noise ordinance was adopted earlier this year. The prior ordinance required a decibel level reading, which required you to bring an expert in to conduct the test. By the time they would get there, many towns have that in their ordinances, but it just became too hard to enforce and to locate someone. So the noise ordinance was changed to make it much easier to identify a violation. In the case you're describing, depending upon the hours of the noise, it would most definitely be a violation. You just need to call the police officer, and if he can hear, I'm just, let me finish. So, if you call the police department, all a police officer would have to do, especially in the case you're describing, which he wouldn't even have to go this far, but stand on your property, if he can hear the noise, it would be a violation. It doesn't even matter if it's inside your house. If you can hear it from your property, it would be a violation. As to when there were 30 or 40 people, I think our police chief will have to answer that about that incident where they were told a police officer was going to be there, and the statement is that a police officer wasn't present.
Yeah, I have no independent knowledge of that specific incident. Mr. Scarpa is more than welcome to meet me at the police department. We'll sit in the chief's office with the leadership. We had an event not too long ago of a house party down on Somerville,
Yeah.
where there was about 350 to 400 juveniles. I had 2 officers working. So it took about 2.5 to 3 hours to clear out all of those juveniles. Again, they are juveniles, despite the fact that they're consuming alcohol and cannabis. My officers are precluded by state statute from approaching and arresting them for such. Matter of fact, officers can be charged criminally if they were to follow up. And I'm not familiar with the specific instance you're talking about, but I'd be more than happy to sit and talk with you about it. I did follow up on the drums. As a matter of fact, Sergeant was dispatched. It's a juvenile who plays the drums in his parents' home. It was during the daylight hours and the hours that wouldn't preclude such noise. The family was asked to insulate the home and the room a little bit better. Again, it's a juvenile playing an instrument. I think that's better than a juvenile causing problems. You didn't come. You came to see me during the day, Joe. Mr. Scarpa, but you came to see me. You need to call when that happens.
As to the 2 questions directed to committee person Peachy, the one dealing with whether or not there was an election law violation, I'm sure, Mr. Scarpa, as you know, that really is not under the jurisdiction of the governing body. That would be for ELAC. And as to whether she would resign, those are questions, again, she's not required to respond to that, so she can. No, she's not required to respond to those questions.
Let the attorney finish, Mr. Scarpa, please.
So she is not required to respond to those questions. If she chooses not to, she's perfectly within her rights not to respond to individual questions with respect to a position on this committee or how she campaigned with respect to a Board of Education seat.
Okay. All right, so let's hold on here for 1 second.
Then we have Ms. Boniface's questions.
Go ahead, you want to start?
As to closed versus executive session, towns refer to it differently. Some call it closed, some call it executive. It doesn't require a resolution to change.
We called it closed for a long time, and it got changed because we had a board ed member come sit in that seat.
Well, there's 2 board ed members previous, Ms.
Yeah, but
Boniface,
2.
and
It's
I
2.
didn't change this
It's
on
2.
here, and I'm not going to argue the point with you at this point. It's the same thing. Please go ahead.
Okay, next as to the staple.
I'm asking, please.
As to the Stapleton retirement, the individual wasn't right for this meeting or that he was going to be discussed by the committee. You, as a member of the public, are free to say whatever you want with respect to any employee, but the committee cannot respond absent having provided the employee a rights notice notifying him that he may be discussed at tonight's meeting. So I have to advise the council not to answer any questions about Mr. Stapleton or any employee for that matter unless they've been rights with respect to the meeting. As to the resolution approving the specifications for, was it?
The bid, that is,
Yeah, which one? The Howard Avenue?
the pump station bid.
Oh, the pump station.
Right.
Well,
We have a timeline on that.
yeah, there was a timeline. You're right. It would have been a better practice to have approved the advertisement before the advertisement was made. But again, this cures any defect in the advertisement by doing it at this point in time, but I'm not going to say that it should not have been done before the advertisement. If it wasn't done, I don't really recall whether it was or it wasn't, so I'll take your word that it wasn't. As to improving the specifications, that that's very important in terms of giving a further protection from liability to the township. It's recommended by our insurance carrier that any specifications for any job, especially one of this magnitude, that the council actually approve the specifications. So those resolutions approving the specifications are to give us further protection in case there's any issues, and that's under the Tort Claims Act, to give us further immunity. So that's why that was done with respect to approving the specifications, and it's okay to approve those specifications before the bids are received, which is what is being done this evening. Mayor, I don't know if Mr. Peachy was left out of communications in January or not. I have no recollection.
I don't believe at all. I think she was involved in all the communications, as in everybody that was on this committee. She did speak about a couple of things that we had, and I don't recall anybody being left out. Does anybody feel that they were left out at the beginning of the year? Ms. Peachy, do you feel that you were left out? No? No.
And the January and the February meeting.
Well,
maybe that's
if
what it
she's
was.
not here,
But
I mean,
all the
I can't.
communications went out
No,
to everyone as far as I recall.
Right, because I do believe all the communications go out to everybody. Dean, correct? Everything goes out to everybody.
Yes, Mayor, that's
That we
correct.
have. So I don't understand what that was about, but okay.
And as to the groundbreaking, I do not know whose idea it was. However, part of my understanding of why they wanted to do a groundbreaking, because the pump station, as you know, has been a topic of this community for a long time. And I think an effort was being made to let people know that progress is being made. And also, the Township Committee is aggressively seeking further grants because of the cost of the project. And I think they were just looking to bring further attention to the project by having a groundbreaking. As to whose idea it was, I can't answer that.
Well, we can assume anything at this point. I'm going to ask nicely, please, not from the public right now. Let's continue this going forward. Who is the one? Mrs. Verhassel, your suggestion about the wearing of the black, I understand that. Maybe we can get that on, so some kind of reflection or something on there, because I do understand what you're saying, that people are walking around and riding around with the black, and it's hard to see. Sorry? Yeah. Okay, and Mrs. Ballard, did Mrs. Ballard?
She took off.
Okay, yes, Houghton Hall, that I have here, the sweatshirts are nice for the wearing, which was very nice, and I'm very happy that she was able to use Houghton Hall. I believe Houghton Hall administrator can be used by others as long as they request.
Correct.
Request that to go forward.
Requests go through the deputy clerk or the recreation secretary. We do have a form that needs to be filled out, has all the requirements for it. And I will say reflectors and lights for the actual micro mobility units is required within the ordinance. Again, wasn't dictated by state statute yet, so we added that to the ordinance. But we will definitely make it a part of our social media and our outreach and education platforms to advise parents to tell children specifically, and maybe even themselves, to wear brighter colors or reflective garments when riding at night.
Okay, very good. All right, and anybody else have any comments? Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, also just want to touch on Houghton Hall. It's such a wonderful facility, and I know that some families are also doing birthday parties there for their children, so I just think it's great overall. Dean, while we're on the subject, can you remind the public about the outdoor dining ordinance? Just what do these restaurants have in regards to options in April, in regards to what sort of structures they can have and that are permissible?
Yeah, I don't want to pretend to remember the ordinance verbatim, but there is a time frame within the year. I believe it's April through November that they can apply for outdoor dining, but it's much more limited than what's currently, at that property at 375 West Passaic Street, and they were the only restaurant currently utilizing outdoor dining. But any restaurant would have to be inspected by our zoning and our construction official to make sure it's within the limits of what the ordinance said, but it doesn't preclude outdoor dining between April and November.
Thank you.
Right, but if I remember correctly, there was something that was just sent to us that the tents would have to be coming down soon?
Correct, December 7th.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hear.
December 7th is the drop dead deadline for El Asadero to remove all outdoor dining and any electric, whatever other utilities they may have in that parking lot. If they fail to do so, it's that's the risk of $1,000 per day in penalties.
It must be down.
It must be down by December 7th.
Okay, so, all right, I think we have everything. I think that moving forward, let's just try to work together here. I don't think that's dissension amongst us. We have gotten a lot done, and I think all of us can agree to this. We can all agree to this, that we worked really, really hard this year. Let's just try to keep moving forward. All right, so let's go on to introduction of ordinances. Ms. Kim, would you please read them?
Ordinance 1251-25, amendment of Chapter 75 entitled Certificates of Compliance. Ordinance 1252-25, amendment of Chapter 73 entitled Keeping of Other Animals. Ordinance 1253-25, amendment of Chapter 199 entitled Public Health Nuisances. And tonight we added a new one, Ordinance 1254-25, which is amendment of Chapter 180 entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
All right, may I have a motion to introduce ordinance 1251, 1252, 1253, and then we added 1254. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Who's got that, Matt? Who's got that one? Roll call.
Committeewoman Apici?
Yes.
Committeewoman Artola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Covello?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, would you please read it? Thank you.
Notice is hereby given that ordinances 1251-25, 1252-25, 1253, 25, and 1254-25 were introduced and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Committee of Rochelle Park held today, November 12th, and ordered published in accordance with the law. Said ordinances will be considered for final reading and adoption at a meeting held on December 10th at 7 p.m. in the Township of Rochelle Park Municipal Building, at which time all persons interested will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning such ordinance.
Thank you. All right, so we're just going to go on to the consent agenda. All right, so all items listed below are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Township Committee and will be appointed by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a committee member or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of general orders. So we have all these different ones here, and we introduce the other one. We have the roll starting with number 25, and it goes 279, 280, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and then 97. Because 96 will be a separate one that's authorizing the flag, the diabetic flag. So we all added the 297 on there, right? Yes. Yeah, got that? 297 on that? Great. I just have one thing I'd like to ask Administrator about. I know that we were looking at a couple of these different shared services with the county, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We are going forward with.
Yes, we are. Would you like me to touch base?
Yeah, please.
So the first one is for the high-speed fiber optic. On having a meeting with the county and their high-speed internet provider or contractor, was able to get confirmation of everything that we would need, and it would be provided only at this building. Unfortunately, they don't do remote municipal locations yet, but this is basically would be providing internet to this building and allowing us to cancel one of our providers to a savings of about $350 to $400 per month. Mr. Miller brought this back to my attention. I had looked into it last year when our IT provider and our computer consulting firm said not to do it. There was just too much not in play yet with the county, but they've since managed to get this network up and running. So a year later, we've relooked at it, and I'm satisfied. It's going to be a benefit to this town, and we'll keep our redundancy of another outside provider. But again, this should provide us savings to the municipality as well as a very viable service. And the other one is just something that while speaking with their shared service coordinator, he mentioned we're one of only a few municipalities that had never signed on to the Office of Emergency Management and the sharing of county-owned emergency and non-emergency equipment. We know through OEM we've been able to borrow things during emergencies, but this allows us to have access to excavators, bulldozers, light stations, remote light trailers, in addition to what we already have here in the town, as well as, barriers, barricades. So things that, for no fee, it's a no-brainer to not join on.
Right. Now that, you said, equipment, heavy equipment.
Some excavators, bulldozers, correct, light towers.
Is that like a list on a,
The county maintains a list, and it's based on availability. Obviously, we would have to, put in a request to borrow it, and if you should need it, it's on an as-needed basis.
okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions on these? No? Okay. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda resolutions?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
And a roll call, please.
Committee Woman Ampici?
Yes.
Committee Woman Nartola?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capello?
Yes. And then, thank you. Off consent agenda, we have 25-296, authorization to fly the diabetic awareness flag for the rest of the month of November. May I have a motion to approve this?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Great. Roll call.
Committee Woman Ampici?
Yes.
Committee Woman Nartola?
No to all flags.
Deputy Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Judge Capello?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, so our next meeting is December 10th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The agenda is subject to change. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
nays, abstentions? Okay. Thank you so much. So we have